Sheet metal was my livelihood, but I never thought I'd be building gear like this. Every week, we turn tons of steel into rolling works of art. Some of the toughest gear in the world comes out of this factory. Building this gear is only half the fun. No one tests like we do.
My passion has taken my family to the edges of the earth. Life's a game. We know how to play it. Patriot Games.
The team has arrived at scrutineering to a warm welcome, with Patriot owners and fans coming out in full force to support Team Patriot.
Yeah, to be honest, really quite excited today. You know, getting the car sorted, being here with plenty of time, not rushing in. You know, the last moments. You know, we're feeling very settled and very confident.
Scrutineering's broken up into two sections. First, the race gear gets checked. Second, then it's onto the RZR. Now, I've built this ground up. It's a brand new car. I'm actually pretty confident. I've checked it tenfold. But if there's something unsafe or not right with the car, now's where the scrutineers are gonna find it.
So we're about to go through scrutineering right now. This is the first time the car's been through a scrutineering at any race. Obviously, it's never been driven before. Let's hope the boys have done the right thing. I'm pretty confident.
So we're just scrutineering the car, making sure everything's up to standard to meet safety regulations, and we've got everything in place. So this is the final thing before we head on through and park the car up and go and enjoy the night.
SOS.
SOS is here.
Yeah. The tow rope and triangle.
In the rear kit.
In the rear kit. The battery marker.
Battery marker's on the battery box on the other side.
All done.
All done?
Scrutineering is complete, with the gear and the race buggy passing with flying colours. The team can now take a beat and enjoy the rest of the night. But there's one final tradition to fulfil first.
Come on, darling, get in the car. We've got to go. Jump in, other side. You ready?
It was so fun to drive through again with Dad. I really love this part of the race.
Justin and Tommy are absolutely pumped. We've got a Patriot family here and can't get any better.
I'm so excited for the race. Let's just line up.
Are we going there and back this year? Yeah! Sending!
It's the day before the race, and Justin and Tommy aren't wasting any sunlight. While the boys prepare for prologue, the rest of the Patriot convoy are on their way to Finke via the service road, where they hope to see Justin and Tommy arrive tomorrow after the first leg of the race.
Massive convoy, hey?
20 cars on the worst corrugations with railway spikes and everything else. We're doing well.
Hey, how's the dust going back there?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm keeping pace. If it gets bad, I'll just overtake you and then you can eat my dust.
Patriot campers owners from all over the country are meeting in Finke to form Camp Patriot, where they'll spend their time cheering on Justin and Tommy, learning new camping and off-roading skills and getting to know one another. On the way to Finke, the convoy decides to stop off at a few points of interest. First up, Rodinga Ruins.
Internationally or not, this is a part of a worldwide game dedicated to GPS here. It's called geocaching.
We got a sign.
A notepad.
Oh, we got a sign.
We've got a notepad.
Patriot.
Oh, that's really cool.
Rodinga sign placed 10 to the 8th, 13.
Wow.
Just 2 rules. If you take an item, leave something too, but nothing illegal or harmful. So what have we got? We need to put something in there and then you can take the brake pad. Sticker.
Yeah.
While the convoy continues their journey down to Finke, Justin and Tommy are at the starting line, eager to make a good time in prologue.
All right, here we go, mate. Just call it.
mate. Right-hander. To a sweeping left-hander. Revs a 7950 jump. 71 on the belt temp.
Key thing to prologue is determines your starting position. So if you want to get out of the dust, you want to get in front of the rest of the pack, you've got to make a good time today.
It's a right-hander, mate. Slippery, slippery, slippery. Into a hard right-hander, mate. Hard right-hander. Go into a hard left-hander, hard left-hander. Slippery.
So far this year, we've probably had the best year we've ever had. You know, we've never felt more prepared for, you know, the Finke Desert Race than we have this year. You know, it's third year in, so we've learned a lot of things that we needed to get sorted in previous years. So, you know, this year we're feeling very confident in the car's abilities and with the car's mechanicals.
He's going to turn right here and then we're going to hit whoops, all right? Got him? Remember around this next right-hander, there's the whoops, okay? So control your speed. Keep yourself on. You don't want to lose it here, right? We've got a left-hander whoops. Watch out for the tyres.
There's something about this race, there's something about off-road racing. You can't explain it unless you've been here, unless you've experienced it. The emotion of Finke, the emotion of racing, I think, is I don't know, it's like it's a bit of a drug. You get addicted to it and you just want more and more. And whether it goes good or it goes bad, for some reason, when the race is over, you forget about it, you start planning for next year, and that's what keeps dragging you back.
Prologue is now complete, but Justin and Tommy are underwhelmed by their results. The Camp Patriot convoy is a few hours into their journey to Finke, and one of the vehicles is having some issues.
What's happened?
Railway now, mate.
I couldn't quite hear you over the radio. I just heard 13 down.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
you've actually got it through the tyre. Damn.
I heard it fell through the arm and then, yeah, she started pulling to the right, so.
Whoopsies.
Yep.
All right, you got your plug kit and everything sorted already. So
got it ready to go.
this track actually runs directly beside the old Garn Railway Road, so it's not a surprise to see them out here. I actually was kind of thinking this might have happened a little bit sooner, but we're going to get it fixed. We're going to get sorted and back on the road. Very good. We'll get this sorted. Do you want me to start packing this up for you?
Should be right.
You're all sorted, holding there, and we can get back on the road and catch up with the rest of the convoy. What do we put soapy water on there for, kids?
To see if bubbles come up to show if there's a leak or not.
So we're checking if there's leaks and the bubbles are going to come out. So hopefully there's no bubbles.
Back on the road, there's now less than 100 kilometres to go till Finke. This is one serious-looking convoy.
The whole Patriot convoy, honestly, it's been amazing. You know, if we've had little issues, everyone's gotten involved. It really, really is a family. And pulling up here, you know, the sun's going down, everyone's supporting each other, helping everyone set up and do everything. Yeah, what can I say? It's a family.
Watching everyone set up, the dust is in the background, the sun's setting over the hills. I don't think you could picture a more beautiful moment, in my opinion.
I'm going to slow it down this year on the way down to Finke. We're going to go back to what we did in year one. We're going to stick with the 60% rule. We're going to nurse the car. We're just going to get it into Finke, and then we'll reassess on what we do for day two. And if we're sitting in a good position, we'll day two, then we'll send it. Here we go.
Bumps, yep, we got left-hander coming up, left-hander coming up. Keep it steady, stay on the track. Stay it together, keep it together. Stay on the track. Oops, got it. they look like. Keep it on. Keep it on. That's it, that's nice. Okay, nice. Stay to the right, stay to the right side. To the right hand side. Didn't see him.
Keep an eye on those mirrors, Tom. When the tree drops, when that green light goes, there's nothing else in the world. For 2 hours, you don't feel anything. All you see is the race car. I hear Tommy talking to me. I barely even speak to him, you know, and it's a really surreal feeling. Once again, that's all part and parcel of it. I get 2 hours completely to myself with the race car and one of my best mates. That's part of Finke.
The left-hander, left-hander. Into whoops. We get on top.
You know, this Finke race is, you know, I can't really explain, you know, what it's about and what keeps bringing me back and keep wanting to sit next to Justin. Is it the thrill? Is it the, you know, the excitement of being there? But, you know, to be honest, the first year we did it, I said I'd never come back. Second year, we didn't make it. So this year, you know, coming back is to make it there and back in a reasonable time.
Okay, we're into dust now, can't see. Can't see, just keep it going. Look at the corner of the track, can't see a thing. Can't see a thing.
Where are we?
I don't know.
Where are we?
I don't know. I can't see a thing.
Can't see anything.
All right, stay left, stay left. Okay.
Can't see a thing.
I know, me neither. There's a tree.
Where? Dude, where's the track?
There's the track. To the left, to the left.
While Tommy and Justin are struggling to see the track and stay on it, the rest of Camp Finke are just waking up. Excitement at camp is building as the sound of competing teams entering Finke rings in the air.
This morning, the whole team are just waiting for Dad and Tommy to come across the line.
Everyone is nervous waiting for Tommy and Justin's arrival. Back on the track, there's no need for worry. The boys have found their groove and are busy chasing down competitor after competitor.
255, we're on your rear. 255, we're on your rear. Please move over.
Tell him to go right.
That's it, moved over. Thank you. 255, got him. Thank you. It's a hard right. It's a hard right coming.
One of the most dangerous elements to racing Finke or any sort of off-road racing is passing on the track. Now, the last thing you want to do when you're passing a car is get off the track. That's where things go wrong. There's obstacles that you can't see, but at the end of the day, you've got to get out of the dust, you've got to get into clean air, and sometimes you have no choice, you have to take those risks.
Right, we are going on them slowly, and that's... Same. 6649, please move over.
Tell him we're coming on past on the left.
We're coming on the right, we're coming on the right! We're coming on the right! Just it down.
Without that constant communication from my navigator, I'm really driving on my own, but at about 60 kilometres into the Finke race, the worst possible thing happened, hey?
That's it. We lost the comms and we had to resort to sign language that we hadn't really prepared for, so it got interesting. I wasn't sure whether Justin could hear me. I couldn't hear him, so I was just going with the sign language, but, you know, things were getting missed.
The crew have now passed the Rodinga checkpoint, which puts them just over halfway to Finke.
In testing, we ran into a few issues with the belt temp sensor, which was actually my fault, but we managed to get a spare part and we got it fixed
without doing any testing, you know, we're running into this race, we're really managing that belt temperature, but at this point in the race, something just ain't feeling right. That's the belt slipping, mate.
I know, mate.
The belt's slipping. And I cannot believe this is happening again. We've got to get that belt under 90, Tom.
Okay.
Tell me if it keeps coming down, dude. I'm going to have to slow it down.
Yeah, 95. We're into 95.
We're slipping hard.
Yep.
During the limited amount of testing that we've done this year on the car, the one thing that wasn't really at the forefront was having belt issues again this year, was it?
No, it's good.
We got a brand new Turbo S, a whole new redesigned CVT. They're pumping more air now. And during the testing, whilst we'd done a lot of work on weighting the clutches, we didn't really see the belt temperatures going to where they'd been in the past, right?
They were looking good.
So that was probably our first mistake. Our first mistake was being naive enough, you know, to think that that issue wasn't gonna come and get us again.
Yeah, it was the last thing on my mind.
So the night before the race, we put a pod filter on the intake. We'd made testing without a filter on the intake. And that first 40 kilometres of dust, that's what really got us. The pod filter started clogging up with that fine dust, and we could see the belt temperatures just starting to rise. We made the executive decision that I was going to get out the car and replace the belt. Now, in normal situations, that'd be the navigator's job, but due to that, I suppose, that lack of training on your end, my knowledge of the car, we were talking about all of this as we were trying to make that decision, and that's the decision that we made, and we stuck with it. Oh, dude, I can't get out of my belt. Oh, dude, I can't get out of my belt. I could not get that belt undone. What the f***?
So the side just calm. Good.
What's that?
Kill the engine.
Turn the power off and maybe push it off. Got my gloves, Tom? Huh? Put the car in neutral. Is it in? Is it neutral?
Seeing Justin struggle to get out the car and then having to sit there and wait while I saw cars go past was just, it felt like forever. And I thought we were losing so much time.
I got back into the car, and for me, the first thing that was going through my head was, mate, get yourself settled, get strapped in, get the comms on, check all the T's and P's, make sure everything else in the car is okay before we take off, and that's exactly what we did. And mate, I think in hindsight, we made the right call.
I reckon it could have gone a lot differently.
Belts on, traffic,
Dust.
going.
getting back on the track and, you know, Justin putting his foot down and getting into it, you know, that's when I know we're going to break something. And I know all he wants to do is get the time back. And you were doing the best he could and trying to tell him in sign language to slow down. It was very frustrating because I felt like he wasn't listening to me.
This is what Finke does to you. It teases you, it tests you, it pushes you, and just like that, it can take it all away from you.
Tom, you copy?
Yeah.
I got a massive knock in the front left, dude.
I know, I think one of the shocks is gone.
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Yep. I think we've done a shock. Bad.
I think it's in the back, to be honest.
Could be a drive shaft, though.
At this point in the race, we're on the home stretch and you're so in tune with the car that you know every single sound that it makes. And when a sound starts that you don't know, what does it do to you?
My heart sunk, you know, you've got so far and you think this is going to end.
And at this point in time, that noise could be absolutely anything, but all that's going through my mind is how bad is this?
Something is definitely broken. Although it's not crippling the buggy now, whatever is wrong is bound to slow them down. Back at Finke, Sarah and the Camp Patriot crew are still nervously waiting for Justin and Tommy's big finish, as more and more competitors arrive ahead of them.
So last year we had a lot of unknown. We were waiting at the finish line at Finke. We had the sat phone with the radio and we're trying to figure out what was going on. Justin should have come through. He hadn't come through. We had no word. Hopefully this year it's completely different. We're waiting here, we're excited, and we just want to see him blast straight through.
That was awesome!
Justin and Tommy have been making up ground over the last 40 kilometres, despite noticing damage in the rear. They're now in striking distance of Finke.
The Finke race is all about pacing yourself, but I can tell you what, that last 20 Ks, mate, that all goes out the window, doesn't it? The adrenaline goes up 15 notches, your heart is pumping out of your chest, you start seeing the crowds, you see the flags, the colours, and everything that you know, or the whole strategy you've had the whole race, goes completely out the window, and you just want to send it across that line. At this point in the race, there is no doubt in my mind we're going to cross that finish line, and this year with our whole team there, we're going to make an entrance.
And this is what he does every year, but we've still got a race to finish.
Bring us home, Duty.
All right, Duty, we're going home.
It's just hot now, all right? It's just where it is.
Yep. What are we at, 100?
100, yeah.
All right, I'll keep those revs down. Yep.
This is a jump. This is a jump. Oh! Yes! Everyone's here to see us finish.
We're going home, dude.
Yes, we're on the flag!
Here we go.
All right. All right, we're bringing it home.
Bringing it home, mate.
Bring it home, buddy.
Tell him we're coming round you, mate.
Mate, you're in range. We're coming round you. We're coming round you. You can hear me.
Coming on your right.
On your right, on your right, on your right. Go, 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 go.
Here we go, Duty.
Here we go, Duty. All right, the caution.
Hold on, mate. Full stand.
No, caution. Ah! Oh! Yes!
Yes, yes, it is.
Welcome to Finke, Tommy. Welcome to Finke, Tommy. Yes!
Oh, that way, that way.
Oh,
come round.
We made it. Welcome to Finke, Tommy. jump. Let's get over there.
Oh my God.
You like that jump?
That was hectic.
Welcome to Finke, Tommy.
Oh, yes.
Brought it home, Amy.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that was great. That was the best fun.
Oh.
Came through all four wheels. Woo!
Oh, God. Mate.
That's awesome.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah! Yes! Oh, I'm so emotional.
I know.
Oh,
It's so good. You made your daughter cry.
I just wanted to make it.
And you did.
Oh, can't believe we're here. Yes. We couldn't talk. The run down was just, look, for the first 40k, it was just a dust bowl. We were just eating dust the whole way. Tommy kept me,
And no comp.
he just kept me sane. We got to about 40k's, we completely lost con, so we've been running sign language the entire race. I couldn't talk to him, I can't see the belt temp gauge. We got past the 100k mark and we fried a belt. We had no drive to the car. Pulled over, jumped out of the car, repaired that belt. We got another 20, 30k's down the track and something in the back of the car just started smashing in the back of the car. All over the shop. I'm not sure if it's a shock, I'm not sure if it's a steering arm or what. No communications, we had 40k's to go and I honestly thought there is no way this car is coming into Finke, and Tommy just kept on me and just, you know, kept reading me the belt temperature from, you know, through sign language, pointing me the way, calming me down, telling me to slow down, and we saw that last jump and I just gave this thing everything it had and we just sent it. I don't know how high we were, but we were high, and look, we're here with Finke, we made it, and I couldn't give two shits what position we're in. I don't care if we're dead last.
I don't think we are, but
we're here, you know? We're here, and that's all I want.
Next time on Patriot Games. The first leg of the race is over. Camp Patriot is in full swing, and Justin and Tommy receive a rockstar welcome from the Camp Patriot crew. Now all they need to do is make it back tomorrow. The boys have lost critical time due to the belt change and will have to claw it back tomorrow if they want to finish in a good position.
It's so hard to steer this thing, dude.
No, mate, just reserve the car.